a lot of kids, grow up and they love dinosaurs. And when I was younger, I didn't really have anybody that I could talk to about that kind of thing. I mean, I followed my parents around like, hey, look at this new dinosaur that I learned about today. But I never had any actual paleontologists to talk to. Nobody, I mean, I didn't even know that was an option. So I've kind of made it a mission of mine to become available to future scientists so they know that they can reach out to somebody like me if they need someone. Don't let anybody discourage you from doing what you want to do.
Hello, my name is Dr. Brian Curtice, one of the paleontologists here at Fossil Crates. And today I have the unbelievably exciting opportunity of chatting with Skye Walker, paleontologist from Alabama. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Skye and find out, Skye, how did you get into paleontology?
Hi, so it's not really a remarkable story, but I was one of those typical kids that was super into dinosaurs when I was a kid, and I had all the dinosaur toys. I probably still have my gigantic bucket of them somewhere. But I just never grew out of that phase, and when I finally got to college, I chose to become a geologist first. So I got my bachelor's degree in geology, and pretty soon after I started here at Auburn University, I started volunteering here at the Auburn University Museum of Natural History, and I've gotten a lot of fossil preparator experience, and I've also been able to do research and field work, and I don't think little kid me ever would have pictured any of this, and it's really exciting. So I've gotten to do a lot of different things so far.
That's fantastic. Are you able to share what you're working on? I see a jacket behind you.
Yes. So right now I'm actually working on a turtle. Let me see. Maybe see if I can take you guys over there.
Love technology.
Yeah, so there's the turtle that I'm working on. You can see the bottom of the shell, all the black material here. It's very fragile, and so a lot of the pieces are just kind of crumbling away as I reveal them. So I'm having to glue them as I go and stabilize it. So it'll be a minute before I completely get it out, but we're getting there.
When you're working on specimens like turtles, with those jackets, especially those from the 80s, do you find that there's much in the way of how they've done things in the 80s of the 1900s versus the 2020s versus the 1880s? Or have you gotten the chance to work on the 1880s?
I've had a chance to work on the 1880s. I wish that would be really cool. But as for stuff that was collected in the 1900s, that sounds so long ago right now, but it's not much different from what I've seen. Like we do today, we use a lot of the traditional methods, especially with field jackets, plaster, water, things like that, burlap. So not much has changed, in my opinion. And
Nope.
if something's good, you just stick with it.
Do you use air scribes and pneumatic drills on while you're prepping, or is it all by hand with dental picks, or what do you do?
Yeah, my work is all by hand. This museum doesn't have an air scribe. So I'm using mostly just like a wooden brush and some toothbrushes, dental picks, use water to kind of soften the sediment a little bit and just start brushing stuff away. And sometimes I have to take a break for a little bit because I have to wait for the glue to settle.
Yep.
Come back and just kind of check on it, make sure it is stable before I keep going and I break something. So.
Absolutely. So you've mentioned that you've done some field work yourself. Can you talk about what you've done out in the field?
Yes. So a lot of my field work has been here in Alabama. So it's been a lot of Cretaceous material. So back when a lot of Alabama was underwater, so we find a lot of marine invertebrates. I haven't ever found a dinosaur. I wish, but I will tell you this. So this is my favorite field story to tell. It was my first actual dig, like a paleontological dig. And I was actually out with a group of people, including Dr. Ray Wilhite. And it had just recently rained, so a lot of the sediment, had washed away. And so we thought, this is a perfect day to go out and look for fossils and just get that experience. And so we went out, and it was hot, it was humid, there were bugs everywhere. We had been out there since 8 a.m. and everybody was ready to go home. And I found, a decent amount of like blastoids, crinoids, things like that. Just little things. But as we were about to head home, I looked over to this hillside, next to the river, and there's this brown lump just kind of sticking out. And I thought, okay, I'll just go check it out. And I picked it up, and it was very, very bone-like. I knew it was very, very hard. It wasn't soft like everything else that we were picking up. And so I washed it off in the river. And, it had like these little curves in it, I was like, okay, so this looks like something. So I took it to Dr. Ray, and he said, do you have any idea what this is? And I said, no, I think it's bone, because I knew almost nothing about bones just yet. I was just starting out. And he said that it was a mosasaur vertebrae. So that was the first vertebrate piece of anything I'd ever found. And it was very exciting. And I asked him if I could keep it, and he said no. But it's here at the museum. And so I kind of get to see it every day.
What part of geology did you focus in on?
Well, I knew that I wanted to focus as much as I possibly could on the paleontology branch of geology, and I found out that I was going to be taking a paleobiology class under one of my professors. And so once I found him, I just kind of stuck to him, and he taught me a lot, mostly about invertebrate things, some vertebrate, but he was mostly an invertebrate specialist. But then there was also one of the other faculty members, Dr. Savarda, and he's a sedimentologist. So, and a lot, almost all fossils come from, sedimentary. So I kind of stuck to him too, and he taught me more along the geology side, how fossil tracks are made, and just trace fossils in general. So I got a lot of my geology knowledge from him, especially out in the field.
You are a mentor and a science communicator as well.
I am a science communicator. I have gotten the chance to talk to a lot of elementary and middle school kids so far, and I found that I have really enjoyed talking to them about this kind of thing. And it's a really special thing that I didn't realize that I needed in my life, but at the end, when you're done talking to them, they thank you for it. And you can tell that they actually enjoyed it. And it's wonderful.
Inspirational, because those folks are getting to look and hear from a paleontologist. And you referenced little you, young you, would be blown away at what you've already accomplished.
Yeah, and I'm not even really where I want to be yet, but I think 5-year-old me would be ecstatic right now. And I realized, a lot of kids, grow up and they love dinosaurs. And when I was younger, I didn't really have anybody that I could talk to about that kind of thing. I mean, I followed my parents around like, hey, look at this new dinosaur that I learned about today. But I never had any actual paleontologists to talk to. Nobody, I didn't even know that was an option. So I've kind of made it a mission of mine to become available to future scientists so they know that they can reach out to somebody like me if they need someone.
That is such a wonderful gift to the world. Especially, I use the word world because your social media is global. And with the powers of Google Translate, I know Instagram has a translate button on some posts. people can read your works and reach out.
See,
So,
that is cool. The things that we can do with social media these days. Like, actually, last year, I found out there was a hashtag called disability Twitter. And it was someone talking about how when you use hashtags, you can capitalize the first letter of every word that you're using in the hashtag. Like, the one I use a lot is Fossil Friday. I post every Fossil Friday, and I capitalize the F in fossil and the F in Friday. And so people who use like read aloud features on their phone, the phone will read the hashtags out to them instead of just spelling out the hashtag. So it helps them a lot. So when you were talking about Google Translate and things like that, it reminded me of that, and it's amazing.
I was not aware of that. I will start doing that. Maybe you can find some Appalachiosaurus.
If I found a piece of Appalachiosaurus, that's it. My career is at its peak. I have completed my life's mission. That's it. I'm done.
That is so awesome. That is great. So it's been wonderful speaking with you. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss or talk about?
Well, one thing that I really do want to talk about is that, I mean, it's becoming very evident, especially in social media today, that, science includes women as well, not just men, and science is for everybody. And a lot of people that I follow, that I'm associated with, everybody is fighting so hard to just get that message out there that science is for everyone. And a lot of people think, oh, well, I don't have the mind for science, or I don't have any of the opportunities. But the thing is, everybody does. And I've had a lot of people ask me, well, how can I get involved in something like that? This is my dream. Like, I wanted to do this since I was a kid, and I ended up not doing it and pursued another career, and I don't even like it. Well, there are so many ways that you can be a paleontologist, and a lot of people think, oh, it's just, out digging in the dirt, or, like what I'm doing right now, sitting in the lab. But the thing is, you can be a paleontologist in so many different ways. And you can be out in the field, you can be here in the lab, but you can also be a teacher, or you could be a museum educator, or, you can just be a volunteer. You can come to a museum like this one and you can ask them, hey, do you guys need any help with the paleontology collection? Do you need help with the herpetology collection, or anything like that? And the museums will be so grateful for it. They love people who just want to take the initiative and help out. And it's always needed. And the thing is, if you ever want to do something like this, paleontology, whatever branch you want to do, you want to work on marine reptiles or flying reptiles, dinosaurs, fish, or, or just trace fossils, something like that. Or it doesn't even have to be paleontology at all. Don't let anybody discourage you from doing what you want to do. Because personally, I let people do that years back, and I regret it. And I woke up one day and I realized I didn't want to regret it anymore. And this was actually what I wanted to do. And so I started volunteering here at the Auburn University Museum, and I haven't looked back since. And my social media is growing. I get the chance to talk to people all over the world and potentially teach children and adults about things that I love. And I'm discovering every day that I love new parts of it. And it's been an incredible journey so far.
That is amazing. That is fantastic. I'm so glad that you followed your heart and you are flourishing, following your passions and pursuing them. So thank you for doing that, and then for sharing with us, all of the Fossil Crates viewers and everyone who might be watching this out on the various social channels, that Skye Walker is one to watch out for. She's an up-and-coming paleontologist that we will certainly have as guests throughout her wonderful career. So thank you so much, Skye. It has been an amazing pleasure, and we look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you kindly. Adios.